What is up, y'all? It's Renegade Enigma here with another tutorial, and in this one we're going to be doing a 3-in-1 tutorial. Yes, you heard me right, 3-in-1. Basically, we're going to be working in Photoshop, Sony Vegas, and for you rookies out there, we're going to be doing a little tweak here on YouTube itself. So what we're going to be working on is, bam, this right here. What I want you to do is click on that. You see it's a button that says subscribe, right? So click on it, see what happens. Oh wait. Okay, you clicked on it. If you clicked on it, you seen what it was. If you didn't, basically what it is, it's a link that takes you to the subscribe page, and then from there you can subscribe to me. This is like really good for, you new guys out there that want more people to subscribe to you. I just recently learned that you could do this, so that's why I don't have it in any of my other videos and whatever. So yeah, I'm gonna teach you how to do this right now. So okay, now we're gonna go into Photoshop, right? As you see, this is the button you just saw, and we're gonna make a new document. Go to File, New. You want a width of 300, a height of 100, and pretty much you can leave everything else the same, right? Click OK. Hit Control 0 to zoom in. Hit Control minus to zoom out a little bit. Do that twice. And from here, you want to go to your Shapes tool. Your Shapes tool is right here. You might see your Rectangle tool. If you see that, just simply click on it and hold, and go to your rounded rectangle. That's the shape you want, right? Then from up here, you want to play around with some of these options up here. The most important one is this right here. Get this drop down menu. You want it to be on Shapes, right? Then you have your fill, which is the color of your shape. Really doesn't matter. You could do this either way. I'm gonna teach you another way to change the color, but we're gonna have it black because our background is white. Your stroke is basically the outline. I'm gonna teach you another way how to do that also. None of this other stuff really matters. You can play around with this if you want. The most important part, well, the second most important part, is the radius. And the radius is basically, as I said, we're using the rounded rectangle, so the radius is basically the roundness of your corners. Because, basically a rectangle has pointed corners, rounded rectangle has rounded corners. So I generally leave it at 5, so, that's okay for me. Now what you want to do is put your crosshair in the corner somewhere, and basically drag out until you get to the other corner, right? Something like that would do. And now what you want to do is hold shift, click on the background, and that way you got both layers selected. You know both layers are selected because you see this blue hue right here, right? Now you want to hit the V button, right? The V, letter V. And from here we're going to make sure the shape is directly in the middle, because it doesn't really look like it. So you want to hit this second one right here and this fifth one right here. You see, kind of like shift everything around. So now click on your layer. So you just have your shape layer selected. Double click on it, and you want to add some layers right here, well, effects rather. And the first thing you want to do is add a color overlay. As you see, it turned it gray. We had a blue button, so this one we're gonna make red, right? So okay, we have that red right there. And basically we can click OK now. We're gonna do more in a minute, but for now we're cool. Now what you want to do is make a new layer, and basically hover over your shape thumbnail, click and hold Control, and basically click with your mouse on the thumbnail. As you see, we get these like little dots and whatever. If I turn off the shape layer by clicking on the eyeball, you see these marching ants, as they're commonly known as. Basically we selected the shape. So now what you want to do is basically get your gradient tool, which is right here. If you don't see it, you probably see your paint bucket. Same deal. You click on it, hold, and you get your gradient tool. Now you get that same crosshair earlier. You basically want to line it with the top, hold shift, and drag down. Because no matter what you do, basically you don't get that messed up of a shape, like if I go a little bit, it still goes straight down, up and down. If I let go of it, as you see, it follows it, and you basically mess up what you're trying to do, and that's the look you're going for. But I'm going for a straight up and down thing, so again, hold shift and put it right about the bottom there, and we have that there, right? So now you want to go into your blending options, but first you want to hit Control D to deselect. Now you want to mess with your blending options, and the one I want, I believe, is hard light. Yeah, that's exactly it. And now I want to mess with the opacity because that's a little bit strong. I want it to be at least, let me see, a 50. Yeah, 50 is cool because you just get a hint of the black and white in it, right? So that's cool right there. Now you want to merge layers. So select both layers like I showed you earlier and hit Control E. You have it merged. So turn off the background for a minute, and now what you want to do is double click again, and you want to add a stroke, which is this here, right? As you see, we get a black stroke. That's kind of thick to me, so that's a 3. So you want to maybe like a 2. 2's good, and change the color to white, right? It's cool there. Then you want to do a inner glow. So inner glow is right here, right? So we got that, and you want to get like the darkest red. So double click this thing here, and the lightest red will be about there. So you get like a little hint of like redness right there. Click OK. So you're cool. So then you're not gonna see it because of the background, but I'm keeping the background there because we're gonna need it in a few minutes. Now what you're gonna do is put your text. So I got the text right here, and I'm gonna click right around here and type please that's a little bit too big, so hit Control T and basically hold Shift and Alt so I can like make it smaller. There you go. Basically you hold Shift and Alt and go in this corner right here, and basically it aligns it right there in the middle pretty much, so you get this effect. So you're cool, right? So as I was saying, hit enter and go to text tool again, please subscribe. So we have that, right? A bad speller, y'all, so let me see if I spelled that right. Yeah. Okay. So select your text, and you want to change the color of it. Gonna change it to a white. And from here, this is why you need your background, right? You click on your background again, and you go to your move tool, and again, same process as we did earlier with the shape. Make sure everything's in the middle. Second one, fifth one. So now it's directly in the middle. Click on your text tool, double click, and you want to add a stroke on this too. Again, that's a little bit too strong. Make it a 2. This time you want to change the color to like the darkest red, which is about here, and make that a little bit darker, a few shades darker. And yeah, we cool there. Now you want a drop shadow. Again, you probably could leave like this. That looks really cool, but basically you want to move around your shadow. Did I put that? Yeah, here we go. I'll move it to like something like that, and basically change the color to the darkest red. It's up here. and you get that effect right. And then I'm not sure if I did this on the other one, but this probably be a cool effect. Go to your gradient, right, and basically have it on black and white again, and you see here where it says linear, you want that to say reflected, so you get this effect here, but you want to reverse it. And now what you want to do is basically tone that down basically with the opacity and make that maybe a 30 right there, and you have that. Now you want to basically get rid of the background because you don't need it no more. Go to image, go to trim, see transparent pixels, click OK. Make sure like all this is exactly the same on yours. Click OK, and basically it trimmed it around and you have your button now. So in the next clip we're gonna be working in Sony Vegas. So yeah, y'all. Alright, y'all. In this part we're gonna be working in Sony Vegas. I'm gonna teach you how to put your button on your video, right? So you have your like footage that you filmed and whatever, right? This is my test footage right here. So what you're gonna do is drag that on to your, I guess this is the timeline or whatever, and you know this is a test, so let's watch it real quick. What is up, y'all? It's your boy, the Renegade Enigma, and yeah, basically here with some footage right here. Do me a favor, right about now, you see I didn't do like it didn't pop up in the front there, right? Because we didn't put it in there. So basically you want to time it to like where you're gonna put your button, right? Hold, like right click on it and basically insert video track, right? So you have your video track right here. You want to get your button that you just made and drag it onto your like timeline, and bam, you have that there. And that's way too big, so basically what you want to do is hit this little square looking thing right here where it says event pan and crop. Click on that and you should get this box right here. Basically you just play around with it, and it's kind of like the reverse of Photoshop, where like in Photoshop you would like drag in, it will get smaller, and this one if you drag out it gets smaller actually. So you want to keep dragging out till you get like a good size. Use your scroll wheel on your mouse if you have one to scroll out, and yeah, that should about do it. And basically you want to go the opposite way of where you want to go, so you could, you know, put the shape where you want it, or the button as it were in this case. And yeah, there you go, right about there. As you see, it's cutting off a little bit on the top. What you want to do is right click on your thing and it cuts off on my screen, but all the way in the bottom it should say properties. Click on that and you get this dialog box, right? You have this thing that says maintain aspect ratio. You want to click off of that. Click off of that, press OK, and we get our button. Kind of makes it a little bit bigger, but that's okay. So now you want to play around with it again. Wrong thing. And right about there we have that. And probably you want to make it a little smaller. About there. So there we go. Let's see if we timed it right. What is up, y'all? It's your boy, the Renegade Enigma, and yeah, basically here with some footage right here. Do me a favor. Right about now, a button should appear right. Timing's off, so let me see. Right about now. Keep doing it until you get the timing right. Right about now. Let's do that again. Let's see. Right about now, a button should appear right there. You go. Now you see it kind of like pops up kind of like really fast and whatever. Do me a favor. Right about now, like it just pops up. If you want that effect, that's cool. But if you want something like flashy, you could go over here. Let me move all this around. You have these right here, where these are your like transitions, I believe. No, hold up, these are not transitions. Transitions would be right here, right? So transitions. There you go. These are your transitions. Basically, you want to go to Windows and find them. And click on the one that says Flash. And either one of these would do. So basically, you take one and you drag it onto your button. You can mess with this and whatever. I really don't do it, but whatever. Now let's see how it looks. Right about now, a button should appear right on where I'm pointing at right now. Click on. That was kind of cool, but kind of real strong. Let's see if we got something else here. Let's try this. Right about now, that was kind of cool. So we got that, and yeah, basically you want to go to File. Let me turn this off because it's annoying. Go to File and basically render, and like render however you want it. I render usually in HD, as you see all my videos. So yeah, basically render it however you want, and you're pretty much done this part. The next clip, I'm going to show you how to basically like make it clickable on YouTube itself. So yeah, get ready for that part, y'all. Okay, so now basically we're on YouTube and whatever, and this is the part I'm talking about. Basically what you want to do is go to your manage video page, right? And I'm right here, and you want to go to where it says edit. Right, you edit your video, and you see where it says annotation. You want to click on that. Wait a few seconds for it to pop up. Let me see. Okay, let me click on that again. I'm sorry. My computer's really laggy. I'm sorry, y'all. But anyway, click on it. And yeah, we're on this page right here, and basically you could add annotations, you know, like link to like different things and whatever. Add text, do whatever you want. But in this case, we're gonna add a text to our button. I mean, our link to our button. Right about now, a button should appear right. So you see it's playing our video, right? Click on that. That will take you to the subscribe page, and basically this tutorial. And basically what you want to do is, as you see, I already added it, but basically you want to time it to like when your button appears, which is right back about here or so. If I could get this thing to move over here. Yeah, right about there. And yeah, let me delete this actually. But you know, the timing's right about there. And now what you want to do is actually add the annotation back. to add annotation and click on where it says note, and you basically want to like move this around and adjust this how you want it. Again, I'm sorry, my computer is really laggy. Okay, that's cool there. Now what you want to do is scroll down and you see here where it says link. Basically you want to click on that and what you could do now see this part here where it says video. What you want to do is click on that and click on the button that says subscribe. From here you want to enter your name and whatever your channel is. In my case it's Paradox Rebellion, so I'm gonna go Paradox oops. Rebellion. And yeah, you could like add the option to open it in a different page, or if not you could open it in the same page. Go back up, save your video, and yeah, it should be clickable. Like you see where it says publish. If I could get up here, yeah, click on publish and it should save your video. See, it says publish right there and your video is published. So now you could like basically click on your video. The one thing you might want to do before you finish is, you see how it's like black and whatever though? You might want to change transparency of that. Transparency, excuse me. And that should be right here maybe? I'm not quite sure if that comes up or not, but you know, basically mess around with these and whatever. And yeah, so hopefully y'all like this video. I'm sorry for like the lag and whatever, but basically it's just a tutorial. Basically you learn the general concept of this and hopefully it will help y'all. So yeah, in that case, take care y'all. Bye.